Yeah.
Okay, we're rolling.
All right. What's up, everybody? My name's Bubba Ayoub. I think synths should vote. I'm the physicist in a band called An Albatross. I do a bunch of things with synthesizers at synth meets because apparently I can't get away from these damn things. I'm working for Suit and Tie Guy Sound Labs in some capacity, yet to be determined. I've done work for Korg USA, and I found the moment in Bob Moog's engineering notebooks when he first decided he was going to make a transistorized oscillator. And it was presented with the most understatement that you would expect from Bob and you will not get from me. All right, we're going to talk about Knobcon, right? So we were talking about how Knobcon is a place where it's not about the gear as much as it's about the people. It took me a couple years to realize that. And once I did, I went from like staying up all night at Knobcon because I was like trying to figure out how to pay for gear that I was going to sell in 6 months anyways, to staying up all night at Knobcon to do literally anything except talk about gear with the finest people that will walk this earth and also happen to be into these magnificent fart machines that we're also obsessed with. Knobcon is a place where people come and it's like, yeah, there's some gear over there, and we deal with it. We deal with the gear because we have to, because it pays our bills and whatever. But Knobcon brings together people who truly give a shit and people who care, and it puts them in a place where you can be that guy. Like every single person who comes to Knobcon, they are that guy, and they are that guy in their community who is just too weird and too into synthesizers and too into being passionate about sound or video or whatever it is that their thing is. Everybody who comes to Knobcon is deeply in it and deeply genuine about it. It's accessible to the common man, and because it's accessible to the common man, it also attracts people who are higher up than the common man if you want to get into hierarchizing people who play with fart machines. Knobcon is great because of that. Like it's a party that everybody is welcome at, and everybody is welcome at Knobcon. No, the only people who aren't welcome at Knobcon are fucking assholes. And if you come to Knobcon and you're an asshole, people will figure it out, and you won't have a good time. But as long as you're cool and as long as you're passionate, you'll find people who are sympathetic to that, and it's a place where you can be free. As somebody who spends my days working my damned ass off so that I have 5 minutes at the end of the week to play with my beautiful machines that make the stupid fart noises, like, coming to Knobcon is awesome because I can finally just relax and I can be immersed in the synthesizers and in the gear and in the people who love this stuff as much as I do in a way that doesn't exist anywhere else. There's trade shows where everything's about selling stuff or producing content, like this beautiful video for Sonic State. But there's also synth meets where it's just like a bunch of dudes sitting around jacking each other off because like, oh, I got the trendiest new bullshit. Like, okay, cool, I get it. Your life has no meaning and you're replacing having meaningful relationships with a bleep bloop machine. Great, that's cool. I did that too. I'm done with that. Knobcon helped me get done with that. And Knobcon helped me to realize that like all these really weird esoteric devices bring passionate people out of the strangest of woodworks, and Knobcon is a place where they all come together peacefully to hang out and occasionally listen to an organ trio play beautiful music for us while we eat wedding food, and listen to occasionally microphone holding inept speakers give us the most incredible stories we'll ever hear in our lives. And occasionally we get to hear about things that are just irrepeatable. I can't tell you the things that I've heard about, partially because I'm under NDAs, but mostly because they are truly unbelievable. The things that happen at Knobcon can't be replicated. Knobcon is the world's only synthesizer convention, and if somebody else wants to try, okay, all right, buddy, have fun with that. Have fun trying to replicate the most inclusive party in all of synthdom. All right, ask me a question. I'm rambling. give me some direction.
You're working for your fucking money.
I love Knobcon, all right?
This guy fucking loves Knobcon.
Remember when you called me a week and a half ago and you were like, hey, what are you doing for the next week and a half while the rest of the attendees of Knobcon are like, you know, the rest of the attendees of Knobcon are out here, you know, they're like working their day jobs and shit. I, meanwhile, have gotten to the point in my life where I'm working out so hard that I just work whenever I have to make like enough money to buy some food or whatever the hell I have to do. And so Suk calls me up and he's like, hey, I need some help. What are you doing for the next week? I was like, well, I was just gonna road trip to Knobcon and fuck around in Wisconsin for 6 days. And he says, can you come to my studio? Can you help me? And I was like, yeah, sure, absolutely. I'll be there in 2 days. So I changed all my plans. I got in the car and I drove to my mom's house in Michigan and hung out with the cats, mono and stereo black cats, and an orange cat. For those of you who care, because I know all you all motherfuckers care. We all love our cats in this world. And then I drove out to Suit's studio, and I've been hanging out. I've been breathing Knobcon for like months, to be perfectly honest. But like, I'm breathing Knobcon slightly more appropriately for the last week and a half. And it's great. I wouldn't do anything else. I'm poor as shit. I ain't got no money. I ain't got no way to make sure that I'm gonna get home and like, you know, pay rent or anything like that. You know, my modular looks like it's been in a bar fight. I'm missing all kinds of modules and shit. That shit's dumb. But like, I made it to Knobcon and that's all that matters.
Tell you what. Here.
No, come on. Don't do this to me.